Hey guys, Cory Long. This video is supposed to be a life lesson, sharing a personal experience, and I can't think of a better personal experience, um, except for when we started our garden. A lot of people think, oh, a garden, how hard can it be? You plant some stuff and then you pick the tomatoes when they're done, right? Well, that's what I thought too. But once you actually get into it, it's a lot more than that. Because we didn't want a little garden, like a little 10-foot by 10-foot garden or anything. If you saw my other video, uh, I said that it takes up, about a quarter of my backyard. And I'm not lying, it's huge. But it all started with plans. I had to see where the trees were, where the sun was going to be, what was optimal for the type of plants that we wanted to plant. And we wanted plants to grow pretty much all year round except for winter. So you had to see where the spring sun, the summer sun, and the fall sun were and plan accordingly for those plants. Well, after we picked the spot, we didn't want grass. So I actually dug up all the grass and transplanted it to the other side of my yard, where the grass wasn't as nice, and it actually took really well. So now we have beautiful green grass on 3/4 of our yard and a garden for 1/4 of our yard. And the garden, what I did was I actually made raised garden beds that are about 10 inches off the ground. Put wire underneath, like mesh wire underneath, so that way moles and stuff can't come up and eat everything. We filled it with dirt, and then in between all the garden beds we actually did mulch, so that way no plants like weeds or anything can grow in between the garden beds. And so far it's actually been working out really well. And then we had to get dirt for the garden beds to fill it back up. It needed to be like really rich, nutrient rich dirt. So we actually found a local horse ranch, I suppose you would call it, and got composted horse manure and filled the bed with that. And then came, the deciding part as to what we actually wanted to plant. And we decided on zucchini, yellow squash, melons, corn, carrots, cucumbers, eggplant, red peppers, green peppers, yellow peppers, jalapeno peppers. We had like 4 different kinds of tomatoes. We had okra, green beans, peas, celery. I'm sure I'm missing some. But we also had an entire assortment of herbs and spices also. And depending on what you're growing, depends on where it has to go. So you have to stage it in the right spots. But because we're in the northern hemisphere, you want all of your tall plants on the north side of the garden, so that way when the sun's coming from the south, the tall plants don't block the sun for the plants behind it. So like the corn we had to put all along the north row, and all the smaller stuff like the carrots and some of the herbs had to be very south, so that way they could get the most sun. It was a lot more work than I ever expected for a garden to be. It was very time consuming. You had to water it pretty much every day except for when it rained. There was constant weeding. Once the time came, it was pretty much constant harvesting too. Green beans, you could go out there twice a day and harvest like a full bowl of green beans each time. And that was an experience for me. But overall, the garden taught me how to, relax, just go through and see what we need, what we want to keep, what we're getting rid of. And it teaches you just to, take life slow, one step at a time, because that's the only way you're ever going to get anything done. So I just wanted to share that with you. Hope you guys enjoy the video.